Good morning, class 7. Today we will start with chapter 4 of your EVS book, Soil. Here you will be learning about soil, which is a medium for growth of plants. It is a habitat for organisms. If you see the soil, you will see that there are creatures, especially if you talk about the rainy season, you can see the earthworm and other insects, they come out. Soil formation and its types. New terms. You are going to write these new terms in your notebook. Organic, that means living. Inorganic, non-living. Humus, decomposed matter. Pores, free space in soil particles. Regolith, powdered form. Texture, arrangement. Nutrients, rich part of food. Leaching, percolate down with water. That is something which moves down. When the water is there, it percolates down. Capillary, movement of water in soil that is free from gravity. Soil is the scientific name for the top and loose layer of Earth's crust. It supports all plant life of the Earth's crust. The nature and amount of plant life depends upon the soil of that area. It acts as a storage reservoir for water and other plant nutrient. Soil, medium for growth of plants. The loose material of soil consists of organic and inorganic material. The inorganic material is derived from the rocks that have broken down by various means. The organic material is derived from the debris of plants and other life forms like microorganisms. So soil, which is a medium for growth of plants, how it has been formed? It consists of organic and inorganic material. The inorganic material, which has come from the rocks that have broken down by various means. So it's like the rock which has broken due to different reasons. The organic material is derived, it comes from the debris, maybe the plant has decayed and all, so that from there the organic material has come, and other life forms like microorganisms. Soil is a living system. After combining with water, air and sunlight, it becomes capable of supporting plant life. The process of photosynthesis is necessary to support plant life because it converts sunlight into energy. So soil, which is a living system, after combining with water, when it combines with water or air and sunlight, it is capable of providing light to the plant. Then only it can support the plant. The process of photosynthesis is necessary to support plant life because it converts sunlight into energy. Inorganic matter and organic matter makes 50% volume of soil. The remaining 50% is pore space, which is the open space between soil particles. So 50% consists of organic and inorganic material, and remaining 50% is the pore space, which is the open space between the particles. Sorry. Inorganic matter. The inorganic matter is the solid part of solid in the form of soil particles. It is composed of minerals breaking from rock. This matter decides the size of soil particles. Normally, 3 sizes of soil particles are considered, that is clay, silt and sand. Among these, clay is the finest and sand is the largest particle. Clay is therefore called fine-grained soil and sand the coarse one. So, like when you talk about the inorganic matter, like the soil particle, there are 3 types of soil particles. First is clay, silt and sand. So when you talk about clay, that is the finest. Obviously you must have seen it. It is the most fine quality, and the sand is the largest particle. Clay is fine particle and sand is the coarse one. In an inorganic matter is derived from the rocks. Different rocks contain different minerals like potassium, magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, iron, sulfur, etc. Because different minerals are present in different soils, therefore different chemicals are released into the soil. Now, organic matter. The living organisms in the soil are called the organic matter. The organic matter consists of residue of plants like minerals that fall from the plants and root of dead plant that remains in the soil. It generates other forms of organic matter like worms, termites, millipedes, centipedes, bacteria, fungi, etc. All of them form a food chain in the soil. Microorganisms like bacteria and fungi play important role in providing food to the plants. At last, after the decay of plant and animal life, a dark colored organic matter is formed in the soil. It is called humus. It cannot be decomposed further. It makes the soil fertile. So if when an animal dies or a plant dies, it decomposes and what is left is humus, which helps the soil in becoming fertile. Now, organic uh, farming uses environmental friendly techniques that are free from synthetic pesticides and antibiotics. It maintains the health of soil. Best example of bacterial action is formation of ammonia from plant and animal waste. Pores. Pores are the open space between the soil particles. Pore spaces make almost 50% of the volume of the soil. It allows the water and air to move in the soil. Many organisms also make use of this pore. The soil is a good facilitator for percolation and retention of water. Water in the soil is pulled down by the gravitational pull of earth. Some part of it is retained by the pore space of the soil. If the pore space is large in size and in the sandy soil, water can be retained in the soil. If the pore space is small in size, as in the clay soil, more water can be retained in the soil. So it is something, if you have a strainer, you can try one which has bigger holes. It will the water will move out much quickly. But if it has a smaller hole, then it will retain. So same way, pore space, if it is small in size, which as in clay, it will retain more water, and if it is big, has like pore space is bigger in size as in soil, as in sand, so it will the water will be move out much quickly. Sometimes the gravity of earth does not affect much and water can move freely in the soil. This action is called the capillary action. So when water moves freely without the intervention from the gravity. In this action, the water moves from the wet area of the soil to the dry areas of the soil. Plants use 200 to 1000 kg of water to form 1 kg of dry matter. So, water in the soil brings mineral nutrient to the plant. Excessive use of water will saturate the soil. All the pore space will be filled with water. No air is available in the pore space because that space has been occupied by the water. It tends to lead to deficiency of oxygen in the soil. Plants will therefore die of oxygen scarcity. So this happens if you have plants at home. Sometimes when it rains, we do not need. There is no need for to drop provide water to the plants because the pore space is filled with water. So there has to be some space for the air also to penetrate. Otherwise, if the oxygen is not penetrating in the soil, then the plants will die gradually. Plants take in oxygen from atmosphere through pore space, and similarly carbon dioxide is diffused to atmosphere through pore space. Holes are therefore made in topsoil for easy travel of air. So there are holes which are made in the topsoil so that air can easily travel, and through the pore they take in the oxygen and from the atmosphere, and carbon dioxide is diffused. This process is known as aeration. Farmers plow their field for better aeration. Soil formation. It is a continuous process with several stages. First of all, the rocks are broken down by the natural agents like wind, rain, etc. Slowly, the broken parts are reduced to a powder form, but it is not soil. It is called regolith. So, when the broken parts are reduced to powder form, it is known as regolith. As time passes, organic activity starts in the regolith. Water and sunlight are sufficient to initiate this process in regolith. Soil profile. What is the soil profile? Distinctive horizons in soil make soil profile. Three horizons are common in most soil, that is topsoil, subsoil, and parent rock. So if somebody asks you what is soil profile, so it has three horizons. First is topsoil, second is subsoil, and third is parent rock. Topsoil, the uppermost layer, which in humus or organic matter. It holds the roots of the plant. Then subsoil, it lies below topsoil, deficient in humus but rich in mineral or in organic matter. So topsoil, it is rich in humus or organic matter. Subsoil is deficient in humus but is rich in mineral and inorganic matter. Parent rock, that is the lowermost layer of soil and broken portion of rock. So we will stop here, children, and we will be continuing the chapter in the next class. Please do read the chapter, write the new terms in your notebook. Thank you, class. Take care of yourselves. Be safe at home.